morning, everyone. Welcome to what you need to know about Office End of Support. My name is Miriam Daniel. I'm a program manager at Microsoft. This is Chanda Wong, product marketing manager at Microsoft as well. You know, I was thinking about it earlier on the last couple of 3 days. I've been talking to a lot of customers and hearing all their excitement about all the technology and exciting innovations that are coming out. And I realized our topic's very different. We're actually taking things out of the market. But I see a number of you here, so I know it's an important topic, and hopefully we'll answer your questions. So we'll go ahead and start. I'm going to be walking through the timelines of the different things that are happening over the next few years. Many of these have already been announced. They should not be a surprise, hopefully. We actually announced on September 30th, 2019, that we are supporting Office 365 Pro Plus on Windows Server 2012. This is a big date, January 14th, 2020. This is when Windows Server 2012 goes out of support for Office 365 Pro Plus, and more importantly, as does Windows 7 and Windows Server 2008. So what does that mean for Office? This is probably one of the bigger impacting out of support events that we have. For our non-subscription, we'll be supporting those versions as long as their life cycle. They're tied to the fixed policy. So they'll be supported as long as they're in support. So for example, 2010 will be in support until October. And they'll be receiving their security updates like they do today. No changes there. However, the big change is with 365 Pro Plus subscription. At that point, when it goes out of support, we're going to only be providing security-only updates. It's not equal to support, but it is going to be giving security updates for a period of 3 years. What's the big thing, Chanda, about this?
So just to reiterate what Miriam just said, security updates do not equal support. So you will receive security updates on Office 365 Pro Plus after Windows 7 goes out of support, but that does not mean the same as support. So if you call Microsoft Help or the support help desk, they will be able to, if you're a Premier support customer, they may be able to file the issue, but they won't be able to do a root cause analysis because Windows 7 is out of support. So security updates on Office 365 Pro Plus does not equal support for Office 365 Pro Plus on Windows 7.
Towards the end of the deck, we actually have a bunch of links to resources that will give some information. You can go out and read more about the policies, the modern policy versus the fixed policy, and look at the support matrix, which it covers all of the supported configurations and their timelines. So going a little deeper about 365, some of the common questions we're getting is how do I get those builds? A lot is not changing here, but to be clear, on the 2002 build version, that's where you're going to get the last full update of features and security fixes, and from there on, those updates will be security only. Another common question is like, I'm on monthly channel, do I need to switch somewhere? Do I need to do any rigmarole? And you do not. We've made it in such a way that if you're on whatever channel you're on, you'll receive that build at the timing that you normally get your updates. There are two ways of the delivery. Some of you may actually be configured for auto update. You don't have to do a thing. When that build goes out, you'll start getting those updates. When you upgrade to Windows 10, you'll automatically begin getting all of the full updates with the new features without having to do a thing. For those of you that are not using auto update and you're using Configuration Manager or ODT or some of the other tools, you won't have to do anything different than you do today, other than if you have a deployment collection that has a certain build specified, you're going to want to have a Windows 7 devices collection and a Windows 10 devices collection so that you're distributing the right build to the right device. Another thing that's important that we have done for this in this case is if you happen to try to deploy a Windows 7 only build on Windows 10 or vice versa, there is error messaging. So we do catch that and you're not going to end up in a bad state. So going back to the timeline, we're now in October 13th, 2020. There are 3 things that are happening here. The first of which is when Office 2010 is going out of support as well. This is our perpetual version. The 365 Service Connection Policy goes into effect for 2013. And this is the policy that requires only mainstream supported clients or Office 365 Pro Plus to be supported for connectivity to the backend services. If you're running any of the other older versions, at that point you have an issue with connectivity and you call up support, they'll ask you to move to a supported mainstream client. The last thing that's happening in October is Office for Mac. How many people have Mac in their environments? Oh wow, there's a lot of you. Well, Office 2016 will go out of support as well for Mac. And the last, now we're going all the way forward to 2023. And this is where Windows 7 ESU ends, and this is also where we will stop shipping the security updates to Office Pro Plus. Windows 8, 8.1 go out of support. How many people have Windows 8, 8.1? Oh, a couple. Okay, not to call you out. The other thing important to note is that, again, the perpetual versions on Windows 8 and 8.1, they'll be supported through their life cycle, again, similar to like what we're talking about with Windows 7. So here we have the full timeline. There is a lot happening here. And it seems like it's happening over a long period of time. Oh, we have lots of time for 2023. But there's some interesting fun facts that Chanda's going to share about the timeline. Thank you.
Thanks, Miriam. So looking at this timeline, it's crazy to think that we introduced Windows 7 over 10 years ago and Office 2010 shortly thereafter. And around that same time frame was when Apple released the iPhone 3GS. That's how long ago that was. And they've actually since stopped releasing OS updates for the iPhone 3GS. So we, Microsoft, have come a long way in providing the tools and experiences for the modern workplace. And I think that for most of you in the audience, providing a secure experience for your end users is incredibly important. And if that's the case, there's Microsoft 365 for the most productive and most secure experience with Config Manager and Intune, so Microsoft Endpoint Manager. Taken together, that's the best experience for the end user. And we have some tools to help you get to that point. Many of you may have been to the Fast Track booths, which is just that way. And before I forget, Miriam and I will be, here after this session, but also in the Office 365 Pro Plus booths if you have additional questions. But essentially, Fast Track provides the guidance to help you deploy Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus. There's Desktop Aperture, and I want to pause here for a minute. Many of you may have been in the tech keynotes on Monday, where Brad Anderson actually mentioned that Desktop Aperture will help you to remediate any app issues from Windows 7 and Office 2010, so older versions of Windows and Office, if they break on Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus. So if there are any issues there, reach out to Desktop Aperture service. What Brad announced on Monday is that if there are any apps running in the browser that you may have concerns or issues around, Desktop Aperture now also supports apps in the browser as well as in Windows Virtual Desktop. So definitely a service to look into. And additional to that, we have additional resources, as Miriam mentioned, specific to the Windows and Office impact with end of support. And this deck will be available after the session as well. The last one, and this is a QR code for you to scan with your camera, is if you're still receiving hesitation from your users around migrating from Windows 7 to Windows 10, we've put together a resource to help you have that conversation with your decision makers in your organizations, as well as links to articles that may be helpful. But after the session, make that shift, move from Windows 7 and Office 2010, if you have those in your environment, to Microsoft 365. If you think there will still be devices in your environment that will not be able to make that shift prior to January 14, 2020 for Windows 7. We have Windows 7 extended security updates, which will provide security updates after January for up to 3 years as you migrate to Windows 10. And these are additional sessions that will talk through that. In particular, the first one this afternoon around extended security updates for Windows 7. And Miriam and I and some other folks from Microsoft will be running a customer focus group around end of support. So if you have any questions or want to provide feedback, please come to that session as well as find us in the booths. And these are some of the sessions that are upcoming. So let me jump back to the last one. And before we go to Q&A, I just want to ask one question to what we were talking about earlier, where Office 365 Pro Plus, we will continue providing security updates to Windows 7 after it goes out of support. But security updates on Pro Plus does not equal what? Thanks, Johnny. Thank you. So Office 365 Pro Plus security updates do not equal support after January.
Who answered that?
Oh, this gentleman right here. Well, Johnny works for Microsoft, so that doesn't count.
Oh, jeez.
No, but this gentleman actually answered it.
Okay. There you go. It's a power bar.
But not a food power bar, the charging kind. So with that, we'd like to open it up for Q&A.
Does anybody have any questions? It's a quiet group. We should bring coffee in for everybody. Well, excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today.